welcome to the reboot of the Clickbliss Audiobliss podcast.
That was the voice of RJ, the co-editor of Clickbliss.net, and I am Amr, the other co-editor of Clickbliss.net, and we have another special guest with us today.
Hey, it's me. I'm David. I'm a part-time contributor to the website.
Awesome. All right. Well, since this is the reboot of the reboot, we figured we might as well tell everybody the origin story once again.
Shouldn't we talk about ourselves though first?
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
David, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. I'm David. I'm a brown kid living in North California. I say that, but I'm 26.
So you're lowering down
I've
the
been in
property
college.
value. Is that what you're...
Exactly, dude. I'm trying to get rid of the gentrification going on
You
here.
just show up in white neighborhoods and you just slowly lower their property
walk
values
around with my.
by showing up on the Google Earth pics.
I call my uncle for his lowrider. And we roll around. We do cruisings. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, just like anybody else, I've enjoyed video games for all my life. I remember my first console was a Genesis, and I always got my ass kicked in Street Fighter because I didn't know how to do the combos. But here I am now. I'll open up with a short story that explains much of who I am.
Go ahead.
When I was a kid, my brother used to babysit me, and I didn't know how to put the AV cables from the NES into the TV, and he locked me in the garage without telling me how to plug them into our room. So that's where I'm at. Those are my past traumas.
Wow. Wow, we're getting pretty deep on the very first podcast.
I'm an English major. I graduate college in like 2 weeks here.
Congratulations.
So that's the biggest takeaway.
We have
from
all
this.
kinds of useless degrees here. RJ, what's your degree?
Yeah.
Multimedia journalism.
How's that working out for you?
Nice.
Well, actually, I write about soccer for Vox's SB Nation. But other than that, I'm stuck here reviewing Neptunia games until the end of time.
You know, they haven't given us a Neptunia game in a while.
They haven't given...
Hey, that shooter's coming
They
out,
haven't
right?
given anyone Neptunia codes in a long while.
They're getting
thinking
stingy.
face.
You know, they only want really high quality reviews of Neptunia to match the quality of their games.
But
We're unbiased.
Yeah, we're not biased. We're not biased enough, actually.
yeah, my name's Ruel, but mostly everyone calls me RJ, including my family. I'm the co-founder of ClickBliss.net.
I think you technically own the site.
Yes, I technically own the site. It's registered in Panama.
Oh, come on, you're giving away all our tax secrets. IRS is going to find this podcast and get our ass.
If folks look it up, it will say Panama City, Panama.
God, fucking...
I mean, most of our traffic comes through like South Africa and South America, right?
I'll take your word for it.
But before we go to I guess the deeper part of ClickBliss, how about you, Amber? Just a few short words.
I guess I'm Amr. I make shit on the internet.
Hell yeah.
Some of you might have stumbled into my work on some sites such as Waypoint, Rock Paper Shotgun, and maybe Kotaku. I basically just never shut up about Sonic the Hedgehog. I am responsible for many of the terrible reviews that are on our site, so you can blame me for that. And I make videos sometimes, which apparently a lot of people decided that has started to decide that they want to watch, which I have no idea why, but welcome if you're one of those people.
Okay, so let's dive into the website itself. So, what is ClickBliss? ClickBliss was founded at a coffee shop in suburban Chicago.
It's defunct.
That coffee shop is now closed after numerous ownerships. I think
it's got
5
rebooted.
or 6.
It's got rebooted as much as our podcast.
now that coffee shop is actually Jersey Mike's. But
fuck, dude, what a downgrade.
But we started the site off as a joke because we were unhappy with video game journalism.
The state of games journalism. It's just YouTube's bad games journalism.
You can't spell IGN without ignorant.
Get him.
Gone. But
I think IGN has ironically gotten a lot better since that time.
It is, but
They turned around quite a bit.
They're actually a better
because
site
they're,
now.
they're like G4. They've like expanded onto other stuff. But anyway, regardless about that, we were deciding between WordPress and some other proprietary site, but you had to pay to use your own URL for those. So we're like,
$99 a year.
so you know what? We're gonna choose Tumblr.com. And then
Now we're here with that Pornhub buyout,
we
Man, I want Pornhub. You know what? I want that Pornhub money.
So-
Buy us out.
right?
we chose the most bunk theme on Earth. And then we were like, all right, let's find a games developer to give us some codes. So we found...
Did we even have any posts?
We didn't. So we went to... basically, at that time, it was Idea Factory, who just opened up a US branch. And then I shot them an email using my community college email.
Grassroots.
And then I was like, oh, can you send us a Monster Mom piece? And then...
Oh, yeah, you want to explain what Monster Mon Piece is?
We'll get to that later.
Oh, yeah.
There's more to this story. So the PR head at that time, she was like, are you even over 18 since you're doing this from an EDU email?
Dang!
And I was like,
Isn't this rated
yes.
T for T?
I was like, yes. I mean, do you want me to send you like a scan of my driver's license? And then she was like, oh, no, that's okay. Here you go. Here's the code.
She sends us like 2 codes.
Yeah, she did.
She has a second one for some reason.
So
we can do a
Monster
second
Mon
one.
Piece is a card game that involves monster girls.
It's a strategy card game.
It's a strategy card game, but
like Hearthstone.
so you might think,
Before
oh,
Hearthstone existed.
you might think it was like, oh, is it like Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever? But no, it's not like Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like a dungeon crawler card game, and then to level up cards, you have to like rub said monster girls. Federales, they're over legally.
They're actually 1,000 years
They're
old.
1,000 years old.
That timeless trope.
But that's gonna haunt us later.
Yeah, I mean that's still on the site.
Yeah,
that didn't get flagged when Tumblr did their porn ban.
It didn't, but
The only
SNK
thing that got
Herons.
flagged was like SNK heroines.
But yeah, that's basically
that's
a
surprising.
rough thing of how our website like just started.
Yeah,
It
we
it
come out
started
of
off
the
as
dirt
a
of
joke,
Neptuni.
and then I sent a publishing company through an educational email, and here we are right now.
Yeah, now Konami sends us physical copies of Bomberman and nothing else.
We've outlasted a lot of websites out there.
They won't even send us PES anymore.
Nope.
Like,
Really?
what was it? What's the last one they sent you? No, it was the last one before they became popular enough to actually compete with FIFA.
So yeah, 2017.
And everybody was like, PS is good again. And then they stopped sending us codes.
No more independent review sites.
and
Yeah, now we actually get big game review
we
codes.
do. We've actually carved our niche out on the internet. So
We just find anything that's basically interesting small games, and then we review them. There's some game.
What was the last big game that a review was written
Oh
for?
man, I don't know.
what was the question?
What was the last big game a review was written for on a click list?
Well, we've done Yakuza.
Oh,
We've done,
Yakuza, yeah. They give us every Yakuza
yeah.
game for some reason. I hope they give us Judge Eyes. Sorry, Judgment. My bad. You did Ace Combat, but
yeah.
they did not give us that.
Ace
There was
Combat
Caligula
was-
Effect,
Ace Combat
that
was
knockoff
purchased.
Persona game.
Um,
It's like the most
We-
knockoff Persona you
we've
can have.
actually done a lot.
Actually, I think they hired the
Does
Persona
Falcon
guy.
Age count as a big budget?
No, man. It looks like big
No.
budget as at a glance, and
It looks
then when
really
you play the
good.
game, you're like, oh shit, they just ran out of money.
I would say Miku.
Oh
I would say
no!
Miku would be the most largest IP.
Did they send
I've
it
done. Yeah, I've
For Future Tone?
Future Tone. They actually sent me all the DLC, all $70 worth.
Oh wow!
Shit. I don't know how we convinced them to do that. We do also have another branch of the site that we released recently.
Mhm.
It's kind of on hold for a second while we,
Secure funds.
secure funds.
Restructuring.
Yeah, we're restructuring. We gotta fire some people from our 3-person staff. It's called Oishi Ultra. It's our very aesthetic food blog where we talk about food.
Using photos of
AKA Japanese snacks.
Japanese
Like,
snacks and,
yeah.
And banquet meals, backyard barbecue.
barbecue. Now you know what? We have some actual restaurant reviews. I think maybe we have actual.
We
food
actually
dishes
have
on
a
there.
backlog of restaurants. It's just that just
We
fun
need to
get
we
them
need
in
to
the
get
way.
high quality photos. We need a DSLR first because we know you can't take a good food photo with just a regular smartphone camera.
Well,
Gotta get those
actually,
macro
with my
lenses.
Sony Xperia TM, 26 megapixels.
No, that's the one you're using right now, not one of the 3 other Chinese
paid
phones you've
advertisement.
got.
But anyway, I guess let's talk about the games that we play. I mean,
Yeah, let's talk about the video games.
about because these folks are probably wondering who are these people like ranting right
Who are
now.
these goddamn weebs who are trying to sell me Japanese fucking coffee cans.
Do you want to go first, David?
Sure, yeah. I literally pretty much play anything. Before this podcast started, I was about to go play League of Legends because I'm a shill to Tencent. But after that, oh man, I mean everyone's playing Sekiro right now, which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, that game exists.
I was actually Monolith is probably like my favorite game right now. It's a shoot 'em up roguelike, and it's buttery.
I played it
smooth. Feels
yesterday.
great. It's really good, right?
I wish it wasn't a roguelike.
Yeah,
But I mean, that's like every
mean,
indie game that comes out. I'm like, why is this a roguelike? You know what would be great? If
'Cause
it
it's the
had
easiest thing to
regular
make.
levels.
You just smash.
I don't,
random,
I
and there
don't
you
even
go.
think
That's
it's like
half
that
the
much
program.
easier than like making regular levels. It's just that people will play your game forever if you do it.
Oh, for sure. I was gonna play Mordhau, but that game's having server issues right now. I was really stoked about.
I have
that,
no idea
but,
what that is.
Risk of Rain 2. It's okay. Do you know what Chivalry is?
Yes, the sword game.
Okay, it's like Chivalry, but kind of better. Made
They
by
made
a
a
much
good
smaller
one?
team. They made a good one.
How did they make it better? I mean, the Chivalry's like a jank ass like source mod feeling game, right?
Yeah, okay. So the big thing about Chivalry was it had like real time swinging, so you could click and swing and like follow through and make it more elongated. But literally, like the hot tip strategy back in the day was like just swinging for the legs and just doing straight spin to wins. So there was no combat involved. It was just everybody turning into Fernando. So there's actually benefits to like there's a whole combo system where you can like fake out and like switch into different moves. It's
Oh, they made a
cool,
fighting
but
game.
like have fun getting into a game because it's horrible right now.
Yeah, okay. I get the idea.
But yeah, other than that, like I'll play anything. Like here's my favorites right now on Steam. Below, Blue Revolver, another good shoot 'em up.
Yeah.
Catherine Classic, Dark Souls, Devil Daggers, DMC5,
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z, all the way down to XCOM and Valhalla and Stardew Valley. So
You just pick the games that take
play
like
everything.
100 hours to play, huh?
of course, it's my favorite.
You gotta get that hot content.
Of course, got to milk it for all it's worth.
Risk of Rain, the forever game. Do you know anybody who's actually beaten a game of Risk of Rain? Is that possible?
I think my friend he's like, hey, look, Risk of Rain 2 is buy one get one right now. I think he went for like 3 hours after I had to like go to
Jesus,
work.
man.
So there's that, and I know my friend when I went to Australia, like he's a big Risk of Rain fan to the point that like when I went to their house for the first time, they're playing Risk of Rain. I'm like, y'all still play this, huh?
Okay.
It's not bad, but I don't know anyone that's ever like quote unquote completed the game. I do like that, like you just as you accumulate gear, it just slaps on your character model and just like you look like a good ass D&D character after the end of it.
Yeah, I saw some Risk of Rain too, and it's basically it feels like the game where you just try to accumulate as much shit as you can until the frame rate tanks.
Mm-hmm. Yep, accurate.
All right, RJ, what have you been playing? What do you like to play?
I like to play rhythm games. I also like to play, I guess simulation games. Like I've sunk a lot of hours into SimCity 4.
Flight Simulator.
Flight Simulator, what else?
We need to get you a HOTAS.
Yeah, that's true. Football Manager.
What was it?
Football Manager, the most glorified Excel sheet. I've actually written articles on on
SB
SB Nation regarding about Football Manager, predicting seasons.
You can read that.
You could go read that right now. But mostly I like to play rhythm games, RPGs. Not so much RPGs anymore since I just don't have a buttload of time.
You have a job or two.
We have multiple jobs here.
And we run 3 sites or something.
You know how Ken Kutaragi said you can need like 500 jobs?
To afford a PS3?
He was right.
You're gonna need it. You're gonna need 500 jobs to afford the PS3, and you can basically get another job by playing the JRPGs on it.
He was right about that. Like, for our younger viewers out there, let me give you a hard life lesson,
from the
all right?
2000s.
No, not just about that. Once you get your bachelor's, you're gonna realize that you're not gonna get a wonderful job right after. You're gonna end up working 3 or 4 retail jobs on the side, while also side hustling, freelancing. So that's just a life lesson for everyone out there.
It's not wrong.
But rhythm games are mostly my foray. I play a lot of Sound Voltex, a lot of Groove Coaster, Idolmaster on the consoles. What else? Miku, not so much. I mean, I appreciate Miku.
You still play DJ Max?
I still do. DJ Max, I can only play up to 6 keys, though.
Man,
anything after 6 keys
I can't
is
play
impossible.
6 keys. I barely get by on 4 keys, and then my brain shuts down from like looking at it.
It's too much. You basically just play real piano at that point.
I feel like I should just be.
I played... Oh, there's also Keyboard Mania, but how I got into video gaming in the first place, my mom had a NES. She loved to play... she still loves Pac-Man and Dig Dug. And then my uncle had a PS1 that could run burn games. So he basically burnt the entire PS1 library. Mind you, this was like in the early... like 2000s, late like 90s. I'm only 25, but he just burned every single game. Like, he didn't even play all those games. He just burned every single game. So that's how I also got introduced to a lot of franchises such as Ace Combat, which I still love to this day. Read my review on Ace Combat 6 or 7, by the way, on the website. And that's how I also got introduced to a lot of Konami Bimani games, just because of all those burnt games. You know, if it wasn't for like shoddy piracy, I probably wouldn't be here talking about video games right now.
You know, I have to say, yeah, I probably wouldn't be either.
And that also accounts to the media as well. Just like going to the swap meets, getting those like 50-in-1 VHSs or like soon to be later DVDs. Where
I mean, that's better than the DVDs they legitimately put out later.
Basically, David, I'm pretty sure you can attest to this, especially out there in California, like in swap meets where like you have those like DVD covers or VHA covers with like Sonic, Harry Potter.
Actually, my very beaner family. I got all of my Genesis games mostly from my dad, who used to work as a garbage man, just picking them up from the dump. And they unionized right around the PS3 came out, and he's like, "Sorry, I can't take this out because the union forbids it." So I was like, well, damn.
Dang, you got cut off from the PS3. Ken Kutaragi.
Yeah, it sucks.
Your dad's gonna have to get a second job to afford Ken's system.
No, from flea markets and stuff. That's where we saw the jank-ass titles. Like, and I recently went to a flea market maybe like a couple months ago, and like they're straight shilling like IMAX out there with the whole screen and everything.
Whoa!
Like, okay, we've upgraded. Yeah, it's wild.
Dang, I need to hit up a flea market.
We basically
come through California, dog.
Here at Clickless, we all have the same humble roots in terms of like video games. It just all boils down to piracy.
I mean, yeah,
basically.
I got my education in video games playing ROMs.
Oh, I remember you were telling me about the internet cafes out in Egypt.
Oh, shit. Where I played GTA 5 a decade before it came out.
What?
It's just like a hack of like Vice City. You show up to like the first place and like every single bike is lined up there. Every single weapon. They like barely modified it. And it's just a separate executable called GTA 5. Oh, that's man, cool. That shit's great. You can play like Half-Life 2. Everybody actually played just like FIFA and Medal of Honor.
And what about Counter-Strike?
No, actually it was like where I was, it was just all people doing like Medal of Honor and doing the sniping maps where you just snipe across like
Medal
a
of Honor's
canyon.
where it's at.
Fair enough.
Back when Medal of Honor was
the blood
good.
gulch of Medal of Honor.
the DE dust of Medal of Honor.
But yeah, these days, most of my gaming, just because of my schedule, is done at the arcade. We're fortunate to have a bunch of round ones in the Chicagoland area. Namco also operates their own arcade here.
Yeah, it sucks.
But it sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
So
it's
bad.
called Level 257
Oh.
or Pac-Man Entertainment. But like Namco's U.S. arcade headquarters is actually also headquartered here in Chicagoland, but they just shaft that arcade. Like, there's no Tyco or anything. There's no.
They don't even have Tyco.
They don't even have Tyco.
Wow.
I'm like surprised they have Tekken, honestly.
Yeah, they have Tekken 7. They have like 2 cabs, but that's where most of my gaming is. Just doing rhythm games in the arcade as of late.
Do the escalators work in your round one?
Sometimes they do. I mean,
Is there escalators?
like,
Sometimes they
depending on
do.
which round one you go to. Because
Alright, just making sure.
the one in
We do
Fox-
have a GameWorks.
Yeah, we also have
Sega,
GameWorks here.
does Sega still
Oh,
own
really?
GameWorks?
I don't think so.
Man, there used to be an F-Zero AX machine.
we
there.
also
That
have
was sick.
we also have a bunch of barcades here. So arcade.
Man, barcades suck though.
That's true. They're like
True.
for the lack of
It's
a better
like-
word, they're for normies.
Yeah, I mean it's Chicago, so
Normies.
it's Chicago, so like everything there is just old Midway shit. So it's like playing like basketball,
Rampage.
like NBA Jam with like the old ass characters, and I don't know, just pinball, like 20 pinball machines,
Boomer games.
Mortal Kombat,
Boomer
you know,
games.
Mortal Kombat,
Yeah, you know Mortal Kombat.
you know, Mortal Kombat 2.
Do you have anything to say?
Oh yeah, they are still owned by Sega.
Oh, okay.
No, between Sega, Universal Studios, and DreamWorks.
DreamWorks owns GameWorks.
With Universal Studios and Sega.
I mean, I guess I can understand Sega because I think they still show Sonic, and there was like a bunch of Sonic plushies last time I went there.
Fair.
Oh man,
Do you have anything else to say, David? About
No.
the arcade scene or any other memorable stories that would.
you actually probably have arcades. I don't know about where you are, but
Probably
there
not
actually
once.
are arcades on
So-
the coasts.
There's a couple. We have a round one in San Jose here. We got one in Concord, and I mean, I think they're putting a Dave and Buster's in like the
Oh yeah, I forgot
the
about
Husk.
Man,
what
Dave and
was
Buster's
our
is also
Westfield
for
Mall.
normies, though.
Yeah, it is.
Dave and Buster's is
I
incredible.
mean, like Game and Works is kind of normie, but they still have like the occasional game that you're like, oh yeah, Ghost
I
Squad.
think the last actual ad I saw was for the Luigi's Mansion arcade game. Like, it's free, play it now for 2 days. And I was like, all right, let's go.
How was that?
I didn't. There is over here in San Francisco. There's like a secret arcade that a couple of Twitter people on the Bird side talk about. It's pretty much just like all rhythm games, and it's like run out of like the basement of some place. Like it's legit just a bunch of DDR cabs and like Mania and Poppin' Rhythm and just like a couple of Monster and like Red Bull.
There's actually one
fridges
in
and-
Akihabara just dedicated to Bimani. Last time I went a few months ago, a friend brought me there. We should just have a dedicated episode to arcades.
Shit, I mean, we'll have dedicated episodes on each one of these topics. Probably.
We will. So, if you're still with us, we're just going off on a tangent right now.
I mean, that's how you make a podcast.
But we will have
Of course.
dedicated episodes. Be sure to shoot some suggestions at our ads or at our future Discord. Well, actually, by the time this episode is up, our Discord should be up.
Yeah, we should actually have a community, whatever that means.
Mhm.
We'll find out.
quote unquote.
Quote unquote.
But yeah, that's just a sampling. We'll talk about personal anecdotes, arcades, shmups, rhythm games.
Food, yeah, we gotta get that food. Yeah, with that food site already has got a couple posts on there, so go ahead. Enjoy the aesthetic food choices we've got.
Let's see.
Japanese snack foods.
I mean, we got some good recommendations of good food anime. Aside from
Yeah, that's true.
our bad $2 barbecue reviews.
That was a dark time.
That was a dark night for you. It was so dark you decided that you had to tell everybody about it.
Our review of Taco Bell.
Shit, man. I gotta find out. I gotta read this Baja Blast review. I gotta know the scoop.
Calorie Mate.
No, let them find out. Let them find out. Keep the mystery.
The illusion that there's more content than there actually is.
Well, we'll also talk about music.
Yeah, we'll come up with that. We'll have an actual topic in the next podcast, is what we're saying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, for that, I think that's a pretty good introduction. I think we're hitting about 30 minutes, so I think...
Any closing remarks?
I don't know. Where can we find you, RJ? Where are you at on the bird site? On you on Mastodon?
Yeah, actually, Clickbliss is... First of all, let's throw the Clickblisses out. So, at Clickbliss on Twitter, at Clickbliss on Mastodon.
Which Mastodon instance, though? That's very important.
Mastodon.
I got a headache just thinking about that.
Mastodon.social.
The main branch, okay? We're very mainstream.
And clickbliss.net.
And then for my Twitter, it's RGA_02. For my Instagram, RGA02. What about you, David?
My Twitter handle is @friendshipguy_. It's very important that underscore is there. There's a dude with my same name just squatting on the non-underscore version for like the past 8 years. I've reported it so many times to Twitter. Just give me the handle. My Instagram is
Has he posted anything?
No. Like straight up. Hold on, let me go. I got it. Nothing. No results. Just straight no tweets.
Okay, sick.
But yeah, I'm @friendshipguy on Instagram, and it's pretty much it. My YouTube is full of just clips from stupid things I've done on video games with friends. So I'm not gonna plug that.
I guess you can find me on clickbliss.net, where I review an absurd amount of video games every week. I probably have like 5 of them I'm supposed to have done by now.
Oh yeah, you can all find us on Clickbliss. I recently wrote about UFO catchers. Now I spent an hour on them.
I wrote like 5 reviews. I think most of the front page is just me reviewing games.
Yeah, I haven't written anything in a while.
No, there's an Ace Combat review.
Ace Combat for me, Yakuza for me. But yeah, it's been slow lately, so but
I guess you can find me at Cigarettes. That's SIEGARETTES. It's probably easier to just find the spelling on clickbliss.net. Honestly, I have no idea where I'm gonna upload this. For all you know, you found it on top of my YouTube page. So notification squad, let's go.
Subscribe now.
All right. Do we have any other closing remarks?
No, but hopefully we'll have an episode next week.
Don't promise that. Don't promise the people anything.
I said hopefully.
There's probably just going to be another reboot in like 2 months.
Hopefully,
there you go.
We'll have an episode within a week from when this is posted.
No. I want to say, don't expect shit from us, and be pleasantly surprised when you get it.
Just depend like Mark 3 or Mark 4 for which reboot it is.
I think the gimmick of this podcast should just be that we reboot it every episode.
What's up, guys? We're rebooting the podcast.
No, we'll do it Ava style. Audiobliss 3.0.
The 4th episode is never gonna come out.
Basically,
it's gonna be a Godzilla podcast in the middle.
Just like Anno, we're all frauds here at the end.
I think that's a good place to end it.
It's the only way to live.
All right, take care. Have a good night.
All right,
good morning.
Peace.
Take care.